guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today I have a very exciting video. I wait to film this video twice in a year, and every single time I am like so excited because I'm gonna be talking to you about my most repurchased products of 2022. I do this video in June, like end of June and then end of December. So the first 6 months and then the second 6 months. And in case you're wondering what is in this bag right here, basically I've collected all my empties of my most repurchased products, and I'm gonna be talking about them, reviewing them, sharing them with you, and all of that good stuff. So in case you're interested, please keep on watching. I'm going to be picking out products from this empties bag. Like normally I have all of it like splayed everywhere around, but today I didn't end up doing that. So today I'm going to actually take out things out of this bag and show it to you. Now there are certain products that I have actually multiples of to show you, that in the past 6 months I've actually gone through more than one of them. And then for some of the others, they are like recent favorites, but I know that I've already purchased backups that I have in my collection, so I might not have multiple empties to show you, but I know that this is going to be like a most repurchased product for me. And then there are also certain products that I've repurchased a lot over the years, but for some reason I'm not going to be continuing to repurchase these as often, so this is probably going to be the last time you see those products in my video. So yeah, I will let you know as and when they come, but without any further categorization or any further ado, let's dive right into it. The first thing that comes to my hand is these two tubes of face washes. This is the Dot & Key Watermelon Super Glow Facial Gel Cleanser. Now I bought one of this, but it came to me like leaking and broken, so I complained to them and they sent me a replacement. So this is essentially not something that I've repurchased, but I know that going into it, every single time Dot & Key has some sort of an offer, discount, buy one get one, I'm gonna buy multiples of this because this is one of my new favorite face washes. It's the favorite, it's a favorite because of A, the consistency that it is, B, the way it lathers, and it's like a gel cleanser, which is typically what I tend to really prefer, to be completely honest. Apart from that, a little goes a long way, like truly a little goes a long way, because this lathers up a lot, and I like a good lathering cleanser, to be completely honest. It doesn't have to be too lathery, but then if it's too lathery, the good thing is that you can use a little bit and it will go a long way. So for me to actually use up one tube does take a while, to be completely honest. So in case you're wondering why I have two tubes, it's because I don't actually use the particular squeezy tube packaging. I transfer the product into another pump bottle that I have in my shower. So this is empty, but I haven't actually used up the entire product because it's sitting in my shower, and I will be using it up soon. But I still wanted to show them and share them and talk to you about them. So yeah, this is the Dot & Key facial cleanser. If you have oily skin, normal skin, even combination skin, I would highly recommend this. Dry skin will probably not like it, so of course keep that in mind, because dry skin has a totally different preference when it comes to cleansers. So that's that. Moving on, next is a shampoo. This is the Tresemme Keratin Smooth Pro Collection shampoo. It's the red bottle basically. So I got this bottle to try it out because I wanted to see how it works and what the formulation is like, all of that good stuff. And then I eventually ended up buying the bigger size. They have the 1 liter size, but they also have the 570 ml. This one is the 185 ml. So this is, I believe, the smallest size, or maybe they might have a size smaller than this, I'm not too sure, but this is the size that I got to try it out. Really liked it because this is lathery, foamy, cleans your scalp really well, but apart from that, it's also kind of smoothing on the lengths of your hair. Majorly, I think that's why it's called the Keratin Smooth Shampoo. So I definitely feel like if my hair is feeling a little frizzy, a little rough, like the lengths of it, then using this consistently for a couple of washes helps in smoothing it out a little bit. So that's essentially why I really like this one, and that's why I ended up repurchasing it. So I have the, like I said, 570 ml in my shower, which I'm not completely out of yet, which is why it's not here in this empties to show you. But I will be out of it very soon, and it's something, again, like I said, I will continue to repurchase because now I'm just having a couple of different shampoos on rotation instead of just using one. The Tresemme, what is it called? The Hairfail one, basically. I have that also in this bag. Let me show it to you quickly since we're talking about it. So I have one, it's the Hairfall Defense, and then I have another one as well. This is the one that I end up repurchasing the most, and I have two empty bottles. One I recently emptied out, and one I emptied out probably a while back. So I was using it in the first 6 months of the year, and then I might have used it up a little bit later, maybe around July, August. I don't remember, to be completely honest. Yeah, I think I probably repurchased it in the July sale, the Nykaa July wala sale, their anniversary sale. So maybe I used up my first bottle somewhere around July, August, and then I started using the second bottle, which I bought during the July sale, and I'm already pretty much out of. I mean, the empty is right here in front of you. So yeah, I typically go through like 2 of these in a year, and this time I ended up having both of them in this particular empties. But yeah, you get the point. This is like my favorite OG that I've been using for years and years and years, and this is like a newer favorite per se. And now I've even gotten some new shampoos. So next year, let's see which shampoos you see in like my most repurchased video. So since we're on the topic of hair care, let me quickly talk about my favorite dry shampoo as well. I just have 2 cans of these because to be completely honest, in the past 6 months I've kind of limited my dry shampoo usage a little bit. But this is my favorite dry shampoo. This is the Batiste dry shampoo in the shade, or rather in the variant Divine Dark, and the packaging is now changed, so you will not see this particular style of bottle anymore, at least in my videos, because the backups that I bought recently during the Nykaa Pink Friday sale, I mean, you know what I mean. I got the newer packaging of these when I placed my order. So yeah, this is my favorite dry shampoo, because of the color. That's why this is my favorite variant. But apart from that, the Batiste dry shampoos are really the one that for my hair works really well. It absorbs the right amount of oil, gives a little bit of volume towards like this part. And clearly today I should have been using dry shampoo, but I'm not, because I'm trying to stay away from dry shampoo as much as possible, especially when I don't need to use it every single time. Like on my 3rd day hair, I try to avoid it. Like sometimes I'm just okay with the fact that I'm gonna have a little bit of like flat hair going on, and my hair is not going to have as much volume. Because something that I've noticed is that I was having these flaky sort of issues with my hair, and my mother kept telling me that it's because of dry shampoo, it's because of dry shampoo. I don't still think it's because of dry shampoo, but I feel like it was because of product buildup on my scalp, and the product buildup has definitely, I feel like, reduced ever since I've reduced my dry shampoo consumption. So now I'm not having that same flaky scalp and like product buildup wala situation. So now what I feel like I'm gonna do is, if I really have to go somewhere out where I need to look good, presentable, I'm gonna probably be taking photos and stuff, and I really want my hair to look good, that's when I'll be using dry shampoo. But on a day-to-day basis, every 3rd day, I'm just gonna have to look like this and be okay with that. So yeah, that's essentially why my dry shampoo consumption has reduced a little bit. But clearly, you guys, I'm not going through this quickly because we're 8 minutes into the video and I've barely spoken about like what, 3-4 products. So we need to kind of quicken this up. Let's quickly talk about some more products. I have just one of my Plum Olive and Macadamia Mega Moisturizing Hair Mask. This is something that I used up a long time back and I haven't repurchased since. It's just because this is a great hair mask and I kind of keep going back and forth on it. Sometimes I really like it and I repurchase it and continue using it, and then other times I kind of stop, or I feel like I want to try out other hair masks. And sometimes I just stop using hair masks. Like the past couple of weeks, I haven't used a hair mask on my hair at all because A, I haven't found the time, and B, I've felt like I'm trying to incorporate other products like certain leave-on creams and stuff in my hair to make it a little bit more manageable, soft, less frizzy and all of that stuff. So sometimes I just don't get the time to do a hair mask, it's just how it is. So even though I don't like to accept that, but I kind of have to. So that's kind of why this is not something I've repurchased, because this is not my top favorite hair mask. Actually, I do have I believe 2 or 3 empties of my favorite hair mask, which is the Wow what is this called, sunflower biolipids and argan oil hair mask for dry and damaged hair. This is my favorite hair mask, and I believe I have 2 of it. Yeah, I have 2 of this that I have used up, and I do, again, like I said, like it. It's not like I don't, but it's not my absolute, I mean, this one is my absolute favorite if I have to talk about all hair masks. But I've also been recently trying out, and that's what is in my shower, the Tresemme hair mask, the one that has the same packaging as this. I believe it is from the same range, I'm not too sure, and that's the one that I'm using, and I also really like. Whenever I do end up using a hair mask, I use that one currently, because I did run out of this, and I don't see myself repurchasing. I shouldn't say I don't see myself repurchasing it. I might probably go back to it, so that's why I don't want to make a harsh statement or anything like that. It's just that this particular one can be a little bit more difficult to purchase, because I would prefer buying it from the WOW website, and I don't typically purchase WOW products, so repurchasing this could be a little bit difficult. I mean, I could just buy it from Nykaa, but then I'm like, nah, I can get a better offer on the WOW website, but I don't want to buy it from the WOW website. And from Nykaa, when I'm buying it, I'm paying more money, and if I can get other hair masks also, it's just like an internal mind game wala thing. So again, I'm not too sure if I will repurchase it or I won't. I think time will just tell, and then we will eventually figure that out. Moving on, next we have this is another empty that I used up a while back, but I was kind of like reusing it. This is the St. Ives softening coconut and orchid body wash. So basically the St. Ives ka bottles, what I do is I use up all the product, empty it out, wash it, and then I just put other shower gels in here. Like sometimes I'll refill this with Plum ka shower gel, the Hawaiian Rumba one, because that bottle, it's the cone shape, it's like hard to store in your shower. I don't know if other people feel that way or not, and has Plum actually considered that it's cute packaging, but it occupies a lot of counter space as compared to like something like this, which I can easily slide in anywhere. And my biggest thing, like my mom always gets mad at me for this, because we just have one washroom, and washroom ka jo sink hai na, all the space that is on it is just covered and like occupied with my stuff, my face washes, my shampoos, my body washes, hand wash, everything is there, and even the hair mask is there, and it's just packed, you know, it's got way too much stuff on there. So that's why it's really important for me to keep these things in mind, you know, when I'm storing my stuff. So that's why I tend to not recycle, but like reuse these bottles and these containers. But I feel like now I've reused it a good amount, so I guess I'm just going to have to wash this and then send it for recycling. But St. Ives body washes are something that I have fallen back in love with. I've repurchased a bunch of them recently during the July sale. Again, I'm using one of the variants currently, which is in my shower, which is like a big bottle. It's not this size. It is, I believe, the 600 or 700 ml wala size. So it is absolutely huge, and that one is going to last me like a good 3 or 4 months. So yeah, St. Ives body washes, absolutely in love with. Something that I will keep repurchasing different variants of this, but I don't think I'm ever going to stop repurchasing them. So this is just symbolical to St. Ives body washes in general. I have a ton of them, and you will probably see some of them by the time I do my next year ka most repurchased products wala video. You will see more empties basically by then. Moving on, next we have deodorant. We have the Ladies Page Stick in Cherry Blossom and Orchid Blossom. So I have 2 over here to show you, and I feel like these, again, I don't show a ton in my most repurchased products wala video for some reason. I don't know why I do that, but I have 2 empties, and then I have one that I'm currently using. This is my favorite deodorant that I get every single time from like a local department store, which is called Beautiful, near my house. And it's just simple, it's effective, it works for me. It keeps me smelling like, it helps me in not smelling bad basically, and that would last throughout the day, which is essentially what I want. Apart from that, it's a stick. It's not those Nivea like milky roll-on wala situation, so it's not sticky, or it doesn't feel like there is some product in my underarms. It's actually a waxy stick, and yeah, apart from that, these smell good. I like them. They're refreshing scents, and they work for me. So yeah, and they're affordable. Did I tell you that already? They're super duper affordable. So every single time I have to repurchase them, it doesn't pinch the pocket, which is very, very important. Moving on, next, what do we have? We have my favorite makeup remover. I'm pretty sure I have 2 of this. Yeah, I have 2 of this. This is the Kiko Milano Pure Gel Micellar washes. Again, I speak about them a ton. You're finally getting to see them because, again, mostly these are in my shower. I have one currently either in my shower or on the top of my vanity, I'm not sure, but you can see that I've used up 2 of these. Typically I go through one. It takes me like 1.5 to 2 months, I want to say. It also depends on how often I'm wearing my makeup. If I'm wearing my makeup every single day, then it's more close to 1.5 months. But if there are like in between days where I'm not wearing my makeup on specific days, then I wouldn't use this on those days because I'm not wearing makeup. So I mean, then I'll just use my regular cleanser. So then it might take me like close to 2 months to go through one of them. So that being said, I feel like me using up 2 in 6 months clearly tells you that I've used this a ton in the past 6 months, and this is something that, again, I do see myself continuing to use and use up, apart from the Deconstruct cleansing balm, which is my new favorite. And again, I see myself repurchasing that also very often, but that I feel like I will go through a lot of, which is kind of that, like, that's what bothers me a little bit, that I will have a lot of plastic waste as compared to this, where 2 still feels good, like considering 6 months. And the reason why I really like this is because even though it says that it's meant for like light makeup removal, considering how much makeup I wear, I feel like this removes everything very, very well. And then I can just use any cleanser on top of it as my second cleanse, and it removes all the makeup, literally. And as compared to cleansing balms, which can be a little bit oily and sometimes they feel weird, like in your hands also when you're applying this is actually a gel. So it's one that it's just more convenient to use, doesn't feel as icky when you're rubbing it and slathering it all over your face and stuff like that. So it's also more of a sensorial experience and more of a, like, it's a better experience, at least for me personally. Not that I mind cleansing balms, I still love cleansing balms because I know that I'm like deeply cleaning my skin and removing every single like particle of makeup that's on my face. But yeah, this just feels better. It is more economical, it is more sustainable and environmentally friendly also, in my opinion. And did I mention economical? I think I did, right? So you get the point. And honestly, I've spoken about these products so much that I feel like a broken record, like when I keep talking about it over and over again. Then we have 2 of these. This is the Bella cotton pad, you know, the cotton rounds basically, and I used up 2 of these. I am sure that this was not over just 6 months, it was way more than that, but I just collected these this time around, and kind of like I stored them properly. I put it in my empties bin so that I can show it to you in this video. But yeah, every single time I'm either using micellar water or a toner, like a glycolic acid chemical exfoliating toner, I tend to use them on a cotton pad. So yeah, this is something that I still continue to use, even though people have switched to reusable cotton rounds. I don't find reusable cotton rounds to be very helpful. I feel like they absorb all of the product that you're putting on it, and then there's nothing that's actually coming to your face. So that's pretty wasteful, I feel like, in my opinion. So I would prefer creating this waste instead of like wasting actual product, because that way you will use up your skincare products very quickly because you're going to be using way too much of it. So in my opinion, that is more wasteful as compared to producing this waste. So that's just the route I choose, and again, it's personal opinion, people can do what they want to. So yeah, that is that. Moving on, next we have my favorite night cream, which is the Chemist at Play night creams, and I have just 3 of this. Surprisingly, for some reason, I don't know how I don't have more. I know that I used up these 2 very recently, and then this one I already have. Like I mentioned, this is the Chemist at Play night creams, and they have a dry skin variant, they have an oily skin variant. The blue dhakkan is the dry skin variant, the pink dhakkan is the oily skin variant. I personally feel like they're interchangeable for me. It doesn't really matter if I'm using the dry skin variant or the oily skin variant. It's pretty damn similar for me. I just love lathering my face with this, and it's got this nice pillowy soft consistency where it just feels amazing to apply, and it keeps my face hydrated and moisturized all night long. And when I wake up the next morning, my skin just feels so soft, nourished, moisturized, replenished. And even in the like winter season, it works perfectly for me. So that's something that I really like, because in winters it's hard using a moisturizer, and then when you wake up the next morning your skin still feels dry. That's never what you want, you know, from your moisturizer. So these work so well, so amazing for me. They are appropriate even for the summertime. Like, I know for a fact I'm going to continue using these even when March and April approaches, because then I will just use a little less product. You know, now I like to apply a nice thick heavy layer of this and just go to bed soaking in it. But in the summer months, I know that I can continue using this, but I'll just use less product. So pretty versatile moisturizers. I feel like they will work for everyone. And in case you're looking for a good affordable moisturizer, I mean, I know that these are not, I mean, this is not what you would classify as affordable, because it's 700 for one tub. But when you get it at like a buy two get two or a buy one get one free offer, that is pretty much not always going on, but those offers come around pretty often on the Innovest website. So if you can take advantage of that, you can actually get these as a pretty good deal. I mean, $350 for a tub of moisturizer is pretty damn good. So love this. I will not stop repurchasing it. I literally bought 4, like 2 of the pink and 2 of the blue recently, and my mother already gave one of it to like a cousin as a gift, and then I have 3 more left, which I know I'm going to give one to my mom. I'm going to probably use one, and then I might gift another one to a friend. So this is something that I've gotten people also hooked on. My mother, my friends, my cousins, anyone who asks me for a good moisturizer recommendation, I definitely give this to them. So yeah, that is that. Moving on next, since we're on the topic of moisturizers, let's talk about some of my favorite Deconstruct skincare moisturizers. So I have is that it? So I have 2 tubes of my of the NMF hydrating moisturizers, which is more of like, I find it hard to call these like a petroleum kind of moisturizer, but the consistency and the texture is kind of like that, you know, like it feels like a salve, it feels like a balm on your face, but it is super duper lightweight. Don't think that it's going to be too heavy or greasy on your skin, because this is actually like the description of the product says that it's meant for oily combination skin. So that tells you that this is going to work for oily skin as well. I don't want it to scare you, because it's got that, again, like slightly silicone-y consistency on the skin, where it like sits like a layer and really protects your skin. I have loved this product for 2 specific reasons. One, when I was going through a tough time with retinol, when I had first started incorporating retinol and my skin was kind of over exfoliated, very sensitized, this worked really well for me at that time. Apart from that, there are some times where I am like using a moisturizer or trying to use up something that I have in my collection that you know, maybe I'm using it for nighttime, but it's not really nighttime appropriate because it is a little too lightweight. That's when I feel like I will layer this on top as like a second layer of moisturization, and it works really well for that as well. So I like to always have this on hand. I also currently have a backup in my stash which I haven't opened up because I don't feel the need to use it right now, but I like to have it on hand, just, you know, to make sure that if I ever need it, I have it with me. So that's a favorite. And then the other favorite is the Ceramide Skin Soothe Moisturizer. Again, this is one that I've spoken about recently. Really love this. I did use it up, and currently this is also my nighttime moisturizer because I did buy a backup of it as well. When Deconstruct Skincare was having an offer on their website, I bought a backup, and I'm so happy that I did, because I'm currently using that as my nighttime skincare moisturizer, and I absolutely freaking love it. I even used it last night. I'm using it every single night, with retinol, without retinol. Absolutely love this stuff. And even though it says that it's meant for like you know, soothing the skin if your skin is irritated, the description also says it's meant for very dry to combination skin. I think that this will work for pretty much any skin type, to be completely honest, because it doesn't feel super like moisturizing on the skin like this one. Feels like a very moisturizing moisturizer and sits on the skin like that. This one, when you first apply it, it like feels like there is something, but then it kind of dries down, or like, I don't know, the skin just soaks all of it up and absorbs all of it, which is why it doesn't feel too heavy or sticky. Even if like your pillow comes in contact with it when you're sleeping, your pillow is not going to stick to your face. Nothing of that happens. So it gets absorbed very quickly into the skin, and it's just amazing. Seriously, it is absolutely amazing. Moving on, next we have more moisturizers. Let's quickly talk about a body moisturizer. This is the Plum Hawaiian Rumba body yogurts. Now again, I just have 2 of these, but I have gone through multiples of these. I have a ton of backups of this already in my collection, and I will tell you something, I absolutely love this, but I don't love it more than the body lotions that they have. The creme body lotions, again, the Hawaiian Rumba ones, are my favorite variant, and I've gone through a ton of them. I'm actually surprised that I don't have any of it over here, but I've gone through a lot of bottles of it actually. I think what's end up happening is that it is sometimes difficult for me to get like every last ounce of product out of it, which is why whenever I have like anything left in it, I give it to my mother. She kind of makes sure that she's actually removing every single product out of it, like every single ounce of product out of it, and then once that is done, I think she directly puts it in the recycling wala section, which is why I don't end up collecting the empties of that. But I have a ton of empties of that too. So just in case you're wondering, I want to mention that and shout it out. No, that is definitely one of my empties, along with this one as well, which I haven't used up as many of. To be completely honest, I think the best time for you to see my body lotion empties is going to be my mid-year empties, because after using a ton of body lotions in the winters, from like November to Feb, or even March for that matter, all of those empties will get accumulated, and then you will see it in the first half of 2023. So that's the best time. Apart from that, this year, if I think about like the monsoon and the summers, I wasn't using a ton of body lotion. Clearly, like you can see, I just have 2 over here, and I do like these, but once I go through all the ones that I have currently, I'm not too sure if I'm going to repurchase the body yogurts. I personally think that I will stick to repurchasing the body lotions, because I just find those to be more versatile and more like all weather appropriate as well. So I think that is probably the route that I'm going to go on to. Moving on next, since we're talking about Plum, let me talk about one more Plum product that I absolutely love, and that is their vitamin C serums. This is one of my like top 3 vitamin C serums. It is the Mandarin and Vitamin C 15% serum. Okay, so I don't remember what the last thing I was saying, because I got an important call and I had to cut off the filming right there. But I was talking about the Plum Mandarin Vitamin C 15% serums, and I was telling you how this is one of my top 3 serums. Now, the only thing that I have to tell you before I recommend this product is that if you are incorporating a retinol in your nighttime skincare routine and you're using this in your morning skincare routine, it may or may not suit you or work well together. Earlier, when I was telling you about the skin barrier damage that I had to go through when I was first incorporating a retinol in my skincare routine, was basically that I was using a vitamin C serum, this one to be specific, in the morning, and in the night I was using a retinol, and it was oversensitizing my skin. So if you're using a retinol, kind of be aware of this. If you're not using a retinol and you want to use a vitamin C serum, this is one that I would highly recommend, because it's a strong potency, which is something that I feel like is important, at least in my personal like anecdotal experience. I feel like when I'm using a higher potency vitamin C serum with a higher percentage, I tend to get better results of just overall brightening. No vitamin C has ever helped me with my specific hyperpigmentation, but in terms of overall brightening the skin and overall benefits that you get with vitamin C, I feel like it's better in my personal experience that you get something that is a higher potency. Obviously, if this is your first vitamin C serum, I would not recommend that you go like you directly start in with a 15%. Probably try out something that is like less than 10%, then maybe go on for 10%, and then you can eventually reach the 15% mark. But yeah, in terms of texture, in terms of consistency, the way it works with skincare, this is like such a lightweight water like serum that it just tends to work really, really well. It's not going to pill up under your skincare, your moisturizer, your sunscreen, any of that stuff. It's going to work really, really well. All season appropriate. You can use this in the summer because it's super duper lightweight. You can also use this in the winter if you really wanted to, but I would prefer something that's a little bit more moisturizing, even in terms of like serum for the winters. But if you're looking for a recommendation in terms of vitamin C serum, this is the one that I would recommend, because this is pretty much the only vitamin C serum that I have used in the past 6 months or so. I want to say I don't think I've even used any other vitamin C serum. That being said, I haven't used vitamin C as much because I have been focusing on other actives a little bit more. Talking about that, we have an AHA serum right here, and these are both the bottles that I've used. So I tried out one earlier, I think in the beginning or maybe middle of 2022, I don't exactly remember, but I absolutely fell in love with this serum because I was so happy with the results that I saw in terms of just overall exfoliation of my skin, helping with the skin texture and all of that. And this is a lactic acid serum, 10% lactic acid to be very, very specific. But typically when you see lactic acid serums out there, they have a more milky consistency, so I was scared that this one is also going to have a milky consistency, which I'm not going to like, because I used the Conscious Chemist one that I did not like at all, and I was kind of scared that this is going to be the same too, but this is not. This is another water based lactic acid which is 10%, and it is absolutely amazing in terms of the texture, in terms of the overall results that you see. It's so amazing that I have now started recommending this to all of my friends who ask me for a good simple AHA exfoliating serum that they want to use. Earlier I used to recommend the Trycone Radiant Skin Serum, if you guys remember that. I've recommended it to so many people, and I know I've recommended it to so many of you as well, and you guys have actually bought it on my recommendation and told me that you're really happy with the results too. But now for some reason, the past 6 months to 1 year, people have not been able to find that serum anywhere. Typically you can buy that from Amazon, but now it's not available on Amazon either. It's not available on the website, so I believe they have discontinued it because they have now introduced newer serums. So I haven't tried any of those new serums out, but I can tell you that if you're looking for a replacement for the Trycone Radiant Skin Serum, then this is one that you should check out, because this is what I have recommended to people as a replacement. And like you can see, I've gone through two bottles of it myself. I am not super duper sure if I'm going to repurchase this or not, just because there are a lot of other AHA exfoliants on the market which I also want to try out and see what is beneficial, what is not. And also another thing is that I am now using retinol more religiously and more consistently, pretty much every single day in my nighttime skincare routine. So that's why I don't exactly have a place in my skincare routine to be using an AHA serum. But if you're looking out there for a recommendation, highly recommend and suggest these, so do check it out. Moving on, next we have a lens solution empty, and I'm actually surprised that I just have one bottle of lens solution in here, but I do. This is the Bausch & Lomb Bio True Lens Solution. I wear lenses, if you don't know, and this is the lens solution that I use. So I have an empty of that. Then I have my favorite Dermalogica sunscreen. This is the 1% hyaluronic acid aqua gel. Again, I just have 2 empties of these because there have been a bunch of other sunscreens that I've been trying and testing out in 2022, and that's why I have more sunscreen empties, not just more bottles of one sunscreen, if that makes any sense. So yeah, this is the Dermalogica. Did I say Dermalogica earlier also? No, I meant the Dermaco 1% hyaluronic acid gel sunscreen, which is one of my favorites. Again, I have this, I have the Aqualogica, I have a bunch of sunscreens in my collection. So yeah, in case you're looking for, like, no matter what skin type you have, if you're looking for a good sunscreen that is not going to be too heavy or greasy on your skin, it's not going to give you a white cast, it's going to blend into your skin beautifully like a moisturizer, please look no further. The only thing I will say is that if you're looking for a matte sunscreen, this is not matte, this has a more slightly leaning dewy skin like finish, I want to say. please check this out. You will not be disappointed. And I feel like everyone out there has already tried out the sunscreen, so yeah, I mean, keeping that in mind, I understand. Then I have my adapalene empties. So apart from retinol that I'm using, I had also started incorporating adapalene in the middle because my favorite retinol can be a little bit expensive. I'll talk about my favorite retinol also in just a second, but apart from that, that could be a little expensive. So beach mein, I thought of like switching it out a little bit and using adapalene. So I used 2 tubes of the ab gel adapalene, and then I also have the adaphrine gel, which is also adapalene. So in total I have 3 tubes of adapalene that I bought from an online pharmacy. And of course you need a prescription for this, so you can get an online prescription. Basically they will give you a call and they will ask you what your skin concerns are, why do you want to be prescribed to this. So you tell them and then they're like, okay, okay, we'll send it to you. And this is also a pretty low percentage, it's just 0.1%. So it is something that they will easily give it to you. It's not super harsh on the skin, it's not going to give you any sort of like allergic reaction or anything. Just be careful that you use the right kind of precautions. Like if you're using this at night, use a sunscreen the next morning. Don't be casual or lazy about it. But yeah, I did use these. I will probably not repurchase adapalene because now I have started trying out like retinol, and I have my favorite retinol also, which I am a little bit more okay with spending the money on that one now, because I feel like I did not see as good of a result with adapalene as I did with that. So even though this is more inexpensive, I don't get the results that I want, whereas that is a little more expensive, but I get the results, so it makes it worth the money. And in case you're wondering what retinol I'm talking about, in case you don't watch my videos regularly and you don't know, the Earth Rhythm Rapid Renew Concentrate is my favorite retinol of all time. I have an entire dedicated video speaking about my experience using this, the results that I got with it and all of that amazing stuff. So yes, in case you're wondering, yes, this is a little bit more expensive, but this helps with everything. This helps with my skin texture, hyperpigmentation. It doesn't help with acne as much as I would want it to, but it's just something that you're going to see long-term benefits with using this consistently. So that's the reason I am okay spending more money on this, because I get the results that I want. And apart from that, now I have started using retinol as well from Thrive, and that is also something that I'm seeing pretty good results with, just overall in general. So I will speak about that soon at some point as well. But in case you're wondering, yes, this is absolutely 100% my favorite, and it's an amazing consistency. Also, it's a little bit more gel-like, it's not super creamy or milky. So if you have more combination normal oily skin, you will definitely like the consistency of that one. I can vouch for that. Moving on, next we have the last few products. We have some Earth Rhythm moisturizers. One I'm going to repurchase, the other I'm not going to repurchase. Phyto Ceramide I will not be repurchasing because this is one of my favorite night creams, or rather I should say it was one of my favorite night creams. But I have noticed that when I got it beach mein, it kind of had like a separation issue going on, and I've noticed that with a lot of Earth Rhythm products. So whenever I do notice it with any product, I try to kind of substitute and replace it with other things from other brands that are similar. So like I already have my Chemist at Play moisturizers, which I love. I have the Deconstruct Skin Soothe moisturizer, so I've kind of replaced this with those, and I will be doing a dedicated video talking about my favorite Earth Rhythm products that I have replaced with others because of these issues that I've been facing. So I'm going to talk about it in more detail in that video, but I did use up one of them. And then a product that I had used when they had the earlier packaging, the glass bottle packaging, like even this is a glass bottle, but like the brown glass, and then they basically repackaged and rebranded quite a bit, and now they have this newer packaging. It's not newer anymore, it's been around for a while, but basically this is also something that I repurchased I believe sometime in 2022, and then I got around to using it, trying it out, falling in love with it all over again, and I did completely use it up. And again, I do see myself repurchasing this sometime in the summer months. Of course, it's like a super lightweight moisturizer, something that you could compare to the Pond's Gel moisturizer or the Neutrogena or the Clinique Moisture Surge, something of that sort. So yeah, it's definitely a more lightweight gel based moisturizer, which is why I'm not repurchasing it right now. But it's a beautiful product, and I absolutely will repurchase this when the time comes. So that's not something that you need to be bothered about. I will definitely be repurchasing that one. Then we have these minimalist serums also. We have the Niacinamide plus zinc, and we have the salicylic acid. If I have to be completely honest and tell you, I don't see myself repurchasing either of these, because when it comes to Niacinamide plus zinc, my new favorite is the one by Plum. It's way more milky. I really like that. But if I'm going for a more lightweight niacinamide serum that I want, I will probably get the Formularx one as compared to getting this one, because this is one that I'm kind of I'm sorry, I don't want to say bored with, but I kind of feel like I'm done with it. Like when Minimalist had first come out, I really wanted to get them and try them out and have all Minimalist products in my routine, because it kind of feels like the ordinary alternative that is here in India. But now I've gone through my minimalist phase with all of these serums, so now I kind of feel like it doesn't matter to me anymore what brand I'm getting or what kind of packaging it has. All that matters to me is a good product that is a good value for money and is economical, and I feel like the Formularx one is better in terms of that. So that's the reason I won't be repurchasing this. I will probably go ahead and get that. Similarly, for 2% salicylic acid as well, I've used up 2 or 3 of these, maybe, I don't exactly remember, but this is another one that I feel like when it comes to just strictly salicylic acid products in general, there are other serums also that I really like, and I have one of them here to show you. Again, this is an older packaging, but this is the Dot & Key anti-acne serum that they have, that they repackaged later on, and they call their Salicylic Plus Zinc Acne Busting Face Serum. And now they have again reformulated and repackaged it in their Sika line. So I am waiting to actually get that and try it out and test it out and see how it compares to this. But this particular serum I feel like is more like concern specific for me, because when I'm breaking out and I want a good salicylic acid serum, I will tend to go for this one, because the minimalist salicylic acid is more of like a, you know, just maintenance of your skin, while a salicylic acid, it's not so much something that is concern specific, and it's not going to target my breakouts in any, you know, specific way as such. So for that reason, it doesn't really make sense for me to repurchase this one. But this, on the other hand, I will be getting the newer formulation of and trying it out. But this is something that I had since a long time. It was in my empties also, and I just wanted to show it to you and share with you. So these are those two. And then last but not the least, we have a few products, and then I'm going to be done with this video. Cannot wait for it. First, let me talk about this. This is the Juicy Chemistry Tea Tree and Basil Water Toning Mist. Now I have this empty bottle that I've had for a long time, and then I also have my last Juicy Chemistry Tea Tree Facial Mist, which is actually in my office right now, because I do keep it on hand. Like if I'm traveling to work and I get super sweaty and I want to spray a little bit of a refreshing face mist on me, I keep it on my office desk basically. So that's where it is. But that's also on its last leg. It's going to be out soon. So I have essentially, you can say, 2 bottles which I'm going to be running out of super duper soon. And this is something that again I don't see myself repurchasing, because face mists are one of those additional things you don't really need. It's not important. You don't really need to spend your money on it, if we're all being completely honest. So that's why I don't really see myself repurchasing it. But while I had it, I enjoyed it, I used it, I will continue using it, and then eventually I will be out of it. Then we also have the Indulgeo Luxuriant Hair Vitalizer. Now this is basically supposed to like help with baby hair and stuff. That's what I got it for. This is the first bottle of it that I had completely used up, and then I also have my second bottle, which I should be using more often, but I don't tend to use it very often, just because my baby hair, I feel like, has grown out as much as it possibly could, and if I continue using it, I'm pretty sure it will grow a little bit more and it will be helpful for me. I just don't tend to incorporate it very regularly in my hair care routine per se, or in my general everyday routine also. So I did use up one bottle and it was very helpful, but the second bottle I am kind of struggling on using that one. So let's see. I don't really know how long it's going to take me to use that one up completely. And then we have our last 4 empties for this video. I have the Trycone sunscreen, which you have seen for years and years in my empties, and this is probably going to be the last one that you see, which breaks my heart to even say that. But again, I don't know, it's one of those products, like I said earlier, for the Wow hair mask. I don't know if I'll be repurchasing this one or not. This one again I get on Amazon, if I do, or rather I should say I used to get it on Amazon, but now there are a lot of other skincare brands like Deconstruct, like Dermaco, like Aqualogica, that make some great amazing sunscreens that I really love. So I feel like I don't need to go out of the way on Amazon to purchase a sunscreen. I know a lot of people generally just do a lot of shopping on Amazon and they find it more convenient to buy things on Amazon. For me, it's actually less convenient to buy things on Amazon, because I feel like if there is one thing that I want to buy on Amazon and it doesn't cost more than 500, it's like less than 500, I have to zabardasti add another thing just to, you know, get free shipping, and that ends up being A, more expensive because I'm spending more money than I would like to, and B, I'm buying extra things just because I want to get free shipping. So that doesn't really make sense for me, and it's not helpful per se. So for that reason, I'm not sure if I will continue buying this or using this, but I'm always going to have like even the empty tube with me, because it symbolizes a lot for me. Like when there was no other sunscreen out there in the market that was working for me, that was helping me, and this was my tried and true. I went through so many tubes of this, so it was there for me when no other sunscreen was there. So it truly means a lot. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to repurchase it, but it's nostalgic, it's special, so how could I not have it, you know? That's how I feel about it. So yeah, that's that. Moving on, next we have our, I wanted to say last moisturizer, but it's actually not the last moisturizer, because I have one more moisturizer to talk about. But this is the Formularx Barrier Relief Moisturizer. It's a cult favorite, it's a classic, and I've spoken about how it is absolutely worth all of the hype that it gets. I recently spoke about this in a subscribers pick my skincare video, so I would highly recommend that you go and check that one out. But the reason why I'm mentioning in this particular product in this video is because I have bought a backup of this, and it is an amazing, beautiful daytime moisturizer that I love so much. It feels so amazing on the skin to use, and it's something that you will not see miraculous results with, but it's something that is so versatile, which is why I feel like it gets all of the popularity that it gets. And it's from a brand that really puts out so much thought into it, so I feel like that's also one of the reasons why I really love this product, because it has been developed and created with so much of love and care that I feel like it needs to get the love from its customers also. So I have a backup of this that I will be using in the year to come, and I'm going to be continuing to repurchase this product, so you will continue to see these in my most repurchased products videos as well. Then we have the other moisturizer I was talking about, and that is the Plum Green Tea Renewed Clarity Night Gel. This is my second last tub of it. In fact, my last tub that I have, I'm also pretty much out of. I have just 1 or 2 uses left of it, so I feel like I should have mentioned that also in this video. But again, since I have a couple of uses left, I did not put it in the empties. But once I am done with that, and then this I'm already done with, I don't see myself repurchasing it per se, because again, it's a nighttime moisturizer that also has some AHA BHA benefits with it, so it is hard to use this on an every single day basis, because it's going to be difficult to pair it with retinol. I can only use it when I'm not using retinol, and when I discover such products these days which I have to use when I'm not using retinol, it can be a little bit hard to incorporate it in my skincare routine, and then I feel like it's a little bit of like a burden per se, because I also have that time crunch where I have to use it up before it goes bad, and then it's like, acha, what do I do? Should I stop using retinol just because I want to use this product up? It's just too much effort, it's too much work, which I don't want to do, and that's why it's something that I would rather not repurchase. But while I had it, I absolutely loved it. It served a purpose for me, and I'm so happy about it. But I don't think we can continue this love affair, so that's the reason I'm going to let go of this as well. And then last but not the least, we have another anti-acne product that I've loved for a long time, and it's one that I haven't repurchased recently for a while because I have a ton of other products, but I will definitely go back to repurchasing this soon, and that is the Earth Rhythm Clear Skin Serum. This is one that, again, when I had a lot of breakouts, I feel like I feel very similar about both of these, where when I'm really struggling and my skin is super duper acne prone and I really need something, these have come like to the rescue for me every single time. So once I use up all these salicylic acid anti-acne spot treatments that I have in my collection, these two I'm going to just go back to. They're going to be my ride or die, and this is all that I'm going to use. I don't plan to experiment or test out a bunch of other stuff unless and until something really piques my attention and my interest. That's probably the only time I will get something else. Otherwise, I will just stick to these and not look any further, because they are my ultimate favorite essentials, holy grails. So yeah, that is that. Those were all the products. And you guys, this video is 50 minutes long. I don't think I've ever done a video on my channel that is 50 minutes. This should be my longest video ever that I've done on my channel. Wow. If you guys are still here, please leave this emoji right here in the comment section, because that will tell me that someone out there is crazy enough to watch a 50-minute long video from me. Thank you so much. I'm gonna absolutely go now because this video is crazily long, but thank you so much for watching. And if you want to continue seeing videos from me, then you're gonna see a new video every single day on my channel in the month of December, because Vlogmas is going on and I am so supremely excited for that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye.